The Egyptian president says Egypt values Donald Trump's commitment to ending wars. Egyptian, Qatari and Israeli officials meet in Cairo to coordinate Gaza aid and evacuations. And the IMF approves $2.5 billion in support for Egypt. You're watching Q News. I'm Hani Asif, and these are the news from Egypt. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has stated that Egypt values U.S. President Donald Trump's commitment to resolving conflicts and ending wars. In a Facebook post, President al-Sisi praised Trump's seriousness in addressing global challenges, including those in Ukraine, Palestine, and Africa. President al-Sisi affirmed that Egypt also trusts Trump's ability to achieve a just agreement on the Ethiopian dam, acknowledging the Nile's vital importance. The Egyptian president added that Cairo reaffirms support for Trump's vision of establishing global peace, security, and stability. Egypt, Qatar and Israel are holding meetings in Cairo to discuss the logistics of delivering humanitarian aid to Gaza, evacuating the sick, and facilitating the return of those stranded. These talks are part of Egypt's broader efforts to broker a ceasefire in Gaza. The meetings have seen progress and alignment on several issues related to the humanitarian provisions of the proposed ceasefire agreement and are scheduled to continue over 2 days. The meetings reflect Egypt's determination to overcome the obstacles facing a potential agreement and its commitment to ensuring that sufficient and appropriate aid reaches the people of Gaza. Egypt's Foreign Minister Badr Abdel has joined the 5th ministerial meeting of EU and Southern Neighborhood foreign ministers. He praised the EU's push for closer cooperation and reaffirmed Egypt's commitment to strengthening strategic, economic and cultural ties. Abdel highlighted priorities including human development, technology, energy and food security, stressing joint partnership benefits. He also emphasized regional peace through resolving disputes per international law, backing an independent Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. During Bastille Day celebrations at the French Embassy in Cairo, Ambassador Eric Cavalier underscores the depth of Egyptian-French relations, pointing to the invitation of Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to French President Emmanuel Macron and commending the dedication of Egyptian staff in strengthening bilateral cooperation.
As you know, French-Egyptian relations are long-standing and exceptionally deep, not only at the leadership level, but also between the two people. This was reflected this year in the visit, or rather the invitation, extended by President el-Sisi to his French counterpart, President Macron, to visit Egypt. The reason we are celebrating this occasion at the embassy is the immense and tireless work carried out by the embassy staff. In this context, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all the teams at the embassy, particularly the Egyptian women and men, whose dedicated efforts continue to foster the growth and advancement of our bilateral relations.
Deputy Prime Minister and Health Minister Dr. Khaled Abdel Ghaffar has met with WHO officials to prepare for renewing the Egyptian Drug Authority's Level 3 accreditation in 2026 and aiming for Level 4 in vaccine and pharmaceutical manufacturing. Egypt is the first African country to reach Level 3 maturity, with strong regulatory systems and vaccine safety monitoring. This move supports Egypt's goal to meet global standards, boost exports, and attract investment in the pharmaceutical sector. Egypt has held the second Egyptian Global Food Safety Symposium, uniting experts worldwide to advance food safety standards. The event, led by the National Food Safety Authority and international partners, emphasized science-driven reforms and collaboration across the food and agriculture sectors. This initiative aligns with the NFSA's 2023 to 2026 plan to position Egypt as a regional leader in food safety, enhancing public health and confidence in Egyptian food products globally. Hossam Hosni, head of Egypt's Scientific Committee to Combat Coronavirus, has confirmed that the new COVID variant NB181, or Nimbus, has not yet been detected in Egypt. The World Health Organization classifies this variant as concerning due to its rapid spread and ability to evade immunity from vaccines or past infections, though it is not highly fatal. Hosni said that current symptoms in Egypt are linked to other viruses like influenza, not coronavirus. He added that existing treatments, excluding antibiotics, effectively manage infections caused by this variant. Some patients may experience severe symptoms, including vocal cord issues, affecting their voice, but these can be treated medically. Egypt's Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, Sharif Fethi, has stated that tourist arrivals to Egypt rose by 24% in the first half of this year, reaching 8.7 million visitors, supported by a recovery in travel demand and a relative easing of geopolitical tensions. The minister's comments align with the government's ambition to see a 14% increase in total tourist arrivals by the end of 2025, aiming to attract 18 million tourists. This target was outlined earlier in January by Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli. The Ministry of Antiquities has stated that ongoing work near the Sound and Light Show area involves renovating old buildings and is outside the archaeological site. The ministry assured the comprehensive surveys have confirmed no antiquities are present in the area. All activities are supervised by the Giza Pyramids Archaeological Authority. The ministry urged the public to avoid spreading rumors or unverified videos and to rely on official information. Egypt's Ministry of Communications, led by Minister Amr Talat, has launched its 2025-2030 National AI Strategy to become a regional AI hub. The plan targets key sectors, aims to grow the ICT's GDP share to 7.7% and create 250-plus AI startups and train 30,000 specialists by 2030. Partners include Capgemini, Capgemini, opening an AI center in Cairo, and Microsoft, training 100,000 people in AI skills. The strategy focuses on infrastructure, talent, and regulation to drive Egypt's digital transformation and leadership in AI. Egypt's Agricultural Research Center has signed a cooperation protocol with the Hayya Karima Foundation to promote sustainable agriculture, empower rural women, and improve village living standards. The partnership includes training youth and women in agriculture, launching nutrition awareness campaigns, and supporting small agricultural projects like rooftop farming and food processing. It also offers vocational training to enhance employment opportunities. Aligned with Egypt's Vision 2030, the initiative focuses on modern farming techniques, technical support, and reducing waste. Egypt's population will reach 108 million by August 18th of 2025. According to CapMass, a birth occurs every 15 milliseconds, with Upper Egypt showing high density. During World Population Day events, Health Minister Khaled Abdel Ghaffar announced the fertility rate dropped to 2.41 in 2024, down from 2.85 in 2021. The target is to reach 2.1 by 2027, 3 years ahead of schedule. The International Monetary Fund, the IMF, has approved $1.2 billion for Egypt under its Extended Fund Facility, an additional $1.3 billion through a climate-focused resilience and sustainability facility. GDP growth rebounded to 3.5% in early fiscal year of 2024-2025, and inflation has steadily declined since its September 2023 peak. The IMF expects Egypt's Suez Canal revenues to fall sharply by 50.7% to $3.6 billion in the 2024-25 fiscal year, citing ongoing trade disruptions in the Red Sea. However, revenues are projected to rebound over the following years, reaching $6.3 billion in 2025-26 and climbing to $8.2 billion in 2026-2027. Egypt's Ministry of Petroleum has signed a strategic agreement with Centamin to accelerate gold exploration nationwide. The ministry said the deal focuses on fast-tracking mining activities while ensuring environmental protection and training local experts in advanced technology. Minister Karim Badawi called mineral development a government priority, highlighting the partnership as a sign of growing investor confidence. The agreement aims to increase mineral production, reduce imports, and attract more international investment, supporting Egypt's goal of a stronger, self-sufficient mining sector. Hong Kong-based Crystal Martin Group plans to establish a large textile and garment manufacturing facility in Egypt's free zone system, covering 1.5 million square meters. The project, announced by Egypt's Gafi, will create 4,000 jobs and localize 60 to 70% of production. Gafi CEO Hossein Heba and Crystal Martin VP Daniel Stockdale highlighted Egypt's growing role as a garment manufacturing hub. Production starts in 2 years, targeting exports to trade partners like the EU and US. Crystal Martin will use Egypt's tax incentives and apply for the golden license to speed up the process. And the General Authority of Meteorology forecast very hot and humid conditions across most of Egypt, with temperatures rising 2 to 4 degrees Celsius higher in the shade due to increased humidity. Mist is expected from 8 a.m. to 4 a.m., sometimes dense on roads near the northern coast, Lower Egypt, Greater Cairo, and the Canal cities, along with Central Sinai. Coastal areas like Saloum and Marsa Matruh will experience active winds of 30 to 45 kilometers per hour, with waves reaching up to 2.25 meters. Temperatures will range from highs of 30 degrees Celsius in Matruh to 41 degrees in Aswan, with Cairo seeing a high of 35 degrees Celsius and lows between 22 and 28 degrees Celsius across various regions. Some low and medium clouds may appear in northern and central parts of the country. These are all the Egyptian news we have for now, but here is a reminder of today's main stories. The Egyptian president says Egypt values Donald Trump's commitment to ending wars. Egyptian, Qatari and Israeli officials meet in Cairo to coordinate Gaza aid and evacuations. And the IMF approves $2.5 billion in support for Egypt. That's all for the Egyptian news bulletin we have, but please remember to stay updated by following Q News for the latest developments. Thank you for joining us.